Hi guys, and welcome to today's health video. Today we are going to make some cookies that, believe it or not, actually are going to be healthy. So to start with, we are using, for our fat, an avocado. For our sugar, we are using a banana, which preferably would be a lot riper than this one is, but this is what I've got. We are going to be using vanilla and cinnamon for flavor. We are going to be using coconut flour and tapioca starch as our flour. As our add-ins, we're going to be using some Craisins and some Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. And of course, we've got the baking soda and salt. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And let's go ahead and start by putting our avocado and banana into the bowl. All right, and now we're going to use our hand mixer to go ahead and puree this all up. All right, and now we are going to add an egg in there and mix that up as well.
I'm going to crack it also.
All right, now at this point, I do want to warn you that if you are not accustomed to desserts that are no added sugar, these won't be sweet enough for you. You're probably not going to really like them. So if you want to add like a third a cup of honey or so to your first batch and slowly wean yourself off of the added sugar, that might be a good idea instead of just jumping right into the no added sugar. That said, let's add our vanilla, and I'm adding about a teaspoon. We are going to add 1/4 cup of tapioca starch.
Tapioca starch?
Tapioca starch.
Starch?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Isn't it going to be
Yes, it's going to be very delicious. Yep.
Oh.
And we are going to start with a 1/4 cup of coconut flour and add more if it is needed. We will need a dash of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon.
I'll help you with that.
No, thank you. And a teaspoon of baking soda. And we're just going to mix that up. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, the batter is just a little bit too liquidy, so I'm just going to add just a little bit more coconut flour. It's probably about a tablespoon. It is very easy to very quickly go overboard on the coconut flour and end up with something that is too dry, which you definitely don't want. The coconut flour, it really can become way too dry to really taste good if you add too much of it. So let's move on to our add-ins, and first I'm going to add some of these Craisins, and we need 40 grams.
Craisins?
Craisins!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yum.
And then we want 1 ounce or 28 grams of the Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. Pretty close. And then we're just going to mix all of that up. And this is going to be quite a loose batter. We are going to be adding the batter to the baking sheet like you would drop cookies. And we're just going to drop about 9 cookies on a parchment-lined baking sheet. All right, so now we are just going to put our cookies in a 350-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so these spent about 14 minutes in the oven, and we're going to go ahead and transfer it to a wire rack. You just want the bottoms to be lightly browned. All right, so since these have no sugar in them, they are going to have a more bread-like, bouncy, spongy texture than a normal cookie. If the idea of making your dessert with avocado kind of grosses you out, if you're not really excited about the idea of green cookies, totally understand. I have made this with tahini, and I used about a quarter cup of tahini, and it turned out wonderful. And it looks a lot more like a traditional cookie. You could probably also use almond butter or peanut butter, sunflower butter, any of those in about the same portion. So let's break one of these open, and you can see the inside, nice and tender and spongy, just a great consistency for a cookie. And they are a little bit green, but they taste so good. That little bit of sweetness that the Craisins and the chocolate chips add are just the perfect amount for me personally. Like I said, if you're not used to a no sugar added dessert, then these may taste a little odd to you. But I thought, what better test than the 3-year-old test? So I'm going to grab my 3-year-old to try some of this cookie. All right, so this is Alex. He is my 3-year-old, and he has been outside playing all afternoon, so he's probably pretty dirty. But Alex, do you love cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you like to try one of these cookies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to try.
Try this one that I broke up open because they're kind of hot. Okay?
Mmm.
What do you think of that cookie?
Yum.
Is that a good cookie?
Mm-hmm.
You want another piece? You want a whole cookie? They're kind of hot right now, so you can have one a little bit later. Until then, you can have this one, okay?
Maybe you'll eat this one until I eat this one.
Maybe. All right, so there you have it. They are totally 3-year-old approved. So apart from the sugar in the chocolate chips and the sugar on the Craisins, and even that is not really something to be guilty about. So I'm just gonna say these are absolutely guilt-free cookies, and they taste good. They're really gonna help with that sweet tooth, especially if you are in the habit of snacking after dinner, or maybe you eat cookies for breakfast. I know we've all been there. They have the avocado in them, so they have such a good healthy source of fat. They are super low in sugar. They are low in carbs. They are going to give you some of your daily vitamins and minerals on account of the whole foods in them. And of course, they are grain-free, nut-free, dairy-free. These are incredibly allergy-friendly cookies. If you don't have any issues with nut or seed allergies, you can absolutely swap out the avocado for a less allergy-friendly fat source. But really, these are a cookie that you can feel good about eating, good about giving to your kids, and you don't have to feel bad if you end up eating one for breakfast. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you all on Friday in my beauty video. Bye!